Order. We have a quorum now. Today's date is August 14th, 2017. This is a regular meeting. First item on our agenda is approval of our minutes from the July 31st meeting. Commissioners, any clarifications on that? If there are none, a motion to approve may be in order.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Alpaugh. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Bars. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Those are approved. All right, tonight we do have a public hearing, Kateria Schmidt Funeral Home, rezoning number 2017-28, rezone a property from C2 Highway Auto to C4 Regional Shopping Center at 3075 Vermillion Street. Director Hinzman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Planning Commissioners. The property we have before us is located here in the red. It's the Knights of Columbus building located at 3075 Vermillion Street. The property presently is zoned C2 Highway Auto Commerce. You may question as to why a Knights of Columbus Center would be zoned for highway auto. Looking at the history of the property was annexed. It was formerly part of Marchand Township. After the annexation occurred in the 1990s, it was zoned C2 for some reason. So the current use wouldn't match the zoning of the property and the proposed use, which would be Kateria Schmidt's proposal to purchase the property, to tear down the building and build a funeral home and crematorium on the site, would also not be allowed within the C2 district. I'll go through a little bit of history of that first. On the C2, it's really limited to highway auto commerce. In the report itself, I put the uses within the district. The uses don't have your typical retail and service as we look for in most other commercial zoning districts. It's really limited to those uses that are related to automobile lots for the most part. The C4 district, in which we're proposing to rezone the property, is consistent with the surrounding properties on the southeast here with Me and Julio's, as well as the Hastings Inn here and the remaining areas of the Colburn area to the south of 33rd Street. The existing C2 district is really a stretch that leads from Hastings Chrysler to Hastings Ford along the strip of land here. Everything else is zoned that C4 district. So in looking at this proposal tonight, we're looking specifically for the rezoning of the property, the change from C2 to C4 to accommodate the proposed use, which would be a funeral home crematorium. We are not going to be reviewing the site plan tonight. That will be coming at a later date. The applicant wanted to move forward separately to ensure that the use was permitted on the property before getting too heavily involved in putting together the site plan application itself. So site plan details we will look at a different date, but we are looking at the rezoning of the property tonight. Looking at the use within the property itself, we are determining the uses that would occur, the funeral home uses and the crematory uses, as a retail and service use that would be permitted within the C4 district. So there would not be any special permits that would be necessary in the future for the operation of this facility. However, it would need to go through site plan approval on it in the future. We have provided notification of this within 350 feet of the property and publicized it on our website and in other mechanisms. We have not heard any comments from the public at this time. So we are recommending approval of the rezoning tonight. We have various representatives from Kateria Schmidt Funeral Home if you have any questions for them. This is a public hearing. You can hold it now, or I can stand for any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, John. We'll go ahead and open the public hearing. If anybody wishes to get up, anyone from the public or anyone from the applicant want to get up and just give us a little testimony as to what you're thinking, or anything like that, just state your name for the record. That'd be great. And if not, yeah, well, if there's no one, if there's no one in the hallway who wants to come and be a part of the public hearing, then we'll go ahead and we will close the public hearing. Yeah, if we do have any questions, we'll just have someone stand up and address it at the podium so the folks playing along at home can hear what you're saying. All right. Commissioners, it's before you. What is your wish?
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Alpaugh.
John, the comprehensive plan, does it identify this as anything other than C2? Or is it listed as C2 on the comprehensive plan?
Sure. On the comprehensive plan, we have generalized commercial districts, so they don't get any specificity between C1 or C2. So this is just designated for commercial on the comp plan.
Okay, thank you.
So, John, I generally agree with the approach of getting the zoning done first and then coming back with the site plan. I think that helps the applicants and, people who are spending the money on this. The one drawback to that is if we approve it for the zoning and the deal doesn't go through, now it's rezoned, and so we kind of got to look at for these other things. The other permitted uses. Do we, when we have a break between the zoning and then the site plan, really we don't, as a city, don't have any protection there, other than obviously you're wanting to move forward with this. So that'd be like maybe more of a generalized comment as we move forward, but I do like that we're to do the zoning ahead of time. But there is that, because this is, the C4 is kind of the commercial catch-all.
It is. I mean, when we take a look at where the C4 district is throughout the city, it's mostly our larger, newer shopping areas. Most of the area along 33rd Street here would be under that C4 district, as well as the western end of Highway 55 along General Stephen Drive, and even over to Westview Drive, that area, that's all Zone C4. So it's our general retail and service district itself. So really the difference between this one and our C3 district, C3 is more Vermilion Street. It has different requirements. C1 is more of a limited office district.
And so this, this doesn't fall into one of the particular bullet points on here, and is that why the C4 kind of is where we can place it?
It is. That's one of the things we looked at to see. Our zoning code is pretty general when it looks at uses. Some zoning codes are more specific. So we looked at some other zoning codes and how they dealt with these type of uses with funeral homes and crematorium, and found out that in most cases they came under a general retail and service type of use as a permitted use within the district.
Okay. Commissioners, are there questions or comments?
Yeah, John, if we go a little further down 61 to like Terry's and Dugarrel's, that area, is that all C4 as well?
Yep, this would all be C4. The only exception would be this property here on the corner where the shed place is and the rental place. That's C2. But Terry's, me and Julio's, the hotel, and the rest of this area here is C4.
So it's kind of consistent with the rest of the area there.
It is, correct.
John, what happens if we have another dealership that comes along in the future? Are there any other areas that have C2 zoning, or do they just go through their own approval process depending on where they want to be?
Yeah, there's not a lot of vacant land that's zone C2, so they would generally have to go through a rezoning of a property, and we would be looking to have it someplace in the vicinity of other C2 properties.
And John, am I correct in looking at this so the Casey Hall was grandfathered in with the annexation, but it would be considered a non-conforming use right now? Would it be non-conforming in the C4 zone?
It would not be. It would be conforming in the
It would be
C4.
conforming in the C4,
Correct.
okay. Other questions?
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Johnson?
I guess I too would agree with getting this zoning changed ahead of time. And I do think it fits into the scheme of things that's going out there right now. Is there any other C2 available, or is this just not an issue? Or does a C2 kind of fit into a C4, or?
Yeah, as far as vacant C2 properties, not much. I mean, the only areas we'd have would be from here to here. I think if my memory serves me right, I believe this property is Zone C2, so that might be an available one. But beyond that one, I'm not aware of really many more that are.
Yeah, no, I think this makes sense. Maybe I'd move to approve here.
All right, we have a motion to recommend approval by Johnson. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second by Alpaugh. Any discussion on the motion before us? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. That motion prevails.
Okay. And then this will be brought forward to order a public hearing at the next council meeting on the 21st. There's no public action scheduled there. And then it would be back for the second reading and action on the rezoning at the first Tuesday in September, whatever date that would be, the day after Labor Day for final action.
All right,
5th.
Thank you.
all right, excellent. And we thank all the representatives from Katir Schmidt for coming out tonight. We appreciate it. All right, then we only have other business as our items. John?
I can provide some comment here on past actions by the council. Council met on August 7th. A few items of planning commission business on that meeting. They approved the declaring excess of property on Highway 55 and Pleasant Drive as a .65 acre parcel that's located there that we've been approached for sale. So we, in order to us to consider a sale of the property, we have declared access, which we did.
John? Your mic?
Oh, my God. Okay, I can do that. So the Highway 55 and Pleasant Drive, we declared that property as being excess. Next steps on that one, which would be coming up, would be to consider a letter of interest that has been submitted to us for purchase of the property. And then down the road, if the council is interested in that, there would be a site plan and various approvals that would be coming forward in applications for construction of that property. So we'll see what happens with that one in the future here. We also had the actions for Lightbourne Court properties for the approval of the industrial park land sale and credit at 2950 Lightbourne Court. This is for the CrossFit enterprise that's there. They would be moving out of their existing facility and looking to build a new 10,000 square foot building. So that was approved as part of that meeting as well. And I think that was it for actions on the 7th. Looking forward to what we have in the future here, just a reminder that coming up this Wednesday, August 16th at 7 p.m., we have a joint City Council Planning Commission workshop on the comprehensive plan. So that'll begin at 7 p.m. here at City Hall. And we'll be going through a SWOT analysis and a quick review of some of the comprehensive plan elements up to this point. Other thing I wanted to mention as well is we're also taking public input on what you want to see and what you want to have included within the comprehensive plan. There is a link at our website to the plan itself, and also you can go there directly to hastings2040plan.com. In there's a survey that we're accepting information on, and also a really cool mapping tool that you can go on and map areas of the city on things that you'd like to see or things that you think should be changed, and that we could see public input on various things that we need to consider as part of the comprehensive plan as we move forward. So we will have that ongoing, but just want to put a reminder that you haven't been out to the site yet, please do so. It's kind of cool to play with the tools there, and it's a good opportunity for public input as well. Our next meeting is scheduled on August 28th, 2 weeks from tonight. At this point, I don't believe I have anything for action, but I will be in contact if anything else comes forward, and that's all I had.
All right, thank you, John. Commissioners, any other business? If there's none, motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
We have a motion to adjourn by Alpaugh. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second by Johnson. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we're adjourned.